Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers are returning with new material, which also coincides to me returning back to YouTube. Even though I never really left, I just took a little mini break, so the return of Chip and Dale's and the return of Black Gay Comic Geek. Welcome to my safe haven. Thank you guys for clicking on the video and joining me for a review here on the Black Gay Comic Geek channel. Hey, how's it going? If this is your first time checking out one of my videos, my name is Michael. I call myself the Black Gay Comic Geek. I always say the things that I love to talk about in my fantasy and on my channel has blood, sex, gore, and magic, or any variation of the four. So I like to talk superheroes, I like to talk comic books, I like to talk action movies, I like to talk sci-fi, I like to talk fantasy, and I like to talk animation like we're going to do here. So if that's something that you are interested in, and if you couldn't tell by the name, I like to talk about black representation and queer representation, a lot of times the lack thereof in sci-fi fantasy properties. So if that's something that you're interested in hearing about, if you love hearing my perspective, if you like watching my videos and hearing what I have to say, do me a favor and hit the subscribe button and become a safe Gaveneer here on the channel. But whether this is your first time or you're a regular here on the channel, do me a favor, hit the like button. It's actually been a little bit. I noticed, I was like, oh wow, I haven't made a new video for like 14 days. Last video I made was when I went live to talk Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. I mean, it's been a busy 2 weeks. Between the week before last, I was in Amsterdam the whole week for work. And then the week before that, I was in LA the whole week to go to the red carpet premiere of Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. And then like Stranger Things is coming out this week. Obi-Wan is coming out this week. So last week there wasn't really a whole lot coming out. So I decided to take a little mini break. So it's been like 2 weeks, but I have been making content on like Instagram and TikTok. So follow me on there. But anyway, for this video, we're going to be talking about Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers, the return, the nostalgia if you're a 90s kid. It's going to be a non-spoiler review, but I still hope you've seen the movie. But Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers follows our duo that we know, Chip and Dale, and they live amongst humans and cartoons in modern-day Los Angeles. But their lives are quite different now. When a former castmate mysteriously disappears, Chip and Dale must repair their broken friendship and save their friend. And while watching this movie, I was just like, I don't know how this movie got made, because to me, it's like a modern day Who Framed Roger Rabbit. And with Who Framed Roger Rabbit, there was so many studios that got involved with that, because you had cameos from Disney characters, Warner Brothers, etc. And that's the same thing that you had with this movie. Like, you had characters like cameos from Sony characters, Warner Brothers characters, Disney characters, and these studios are greedy. That's why there's not a whole lot of collaboration with these studios. So I was just like, when I saw it, like, and that's the thing about this movie, like, there's so many cameos, and that's what makes this movie fun, and what makes it like Who Framed Roger Rabbit, seeing all these different cartoon characters interact with each other, and it just, I love this movie. And going more into the cameo, like, they're cameos that you just wouldn't expect to show up in this movie, and so because of that, there are like the jokes and the nostalgia moments in this movie. Like, as a person that grew up watching Chip and Dale, and like that was one of like the best time until like you had Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers that came on. You had Tailspin, DuckTales, Darkwing Duck, all within like this. I think they all came on at the same day, and like I still remember the Chip and Dale like theme songs back then in the 90s. Like, we had some of the best theme songs. Like, theme songs today don't really have the same impact. Now it's just like musical interludes. But like the lyrics to theme songs, like sometimes some crimes, that these two gumshoes, Chip and Dale Rescue Ranger, Chip and Dale, when there's danger. That's all I got. I don't want this video to get copyright striked. Or like Darkwing Duck, better watch out, you bad boy. Like, we had the best theme songs. And that's the downplayed theme songs today, because like the Avatar: The Last Airbender theme song is iconic, but there are no like words to sing the theme song. But anyway, but in this world, just like Who Framed Roger Rabbit, the cartoon characters and the real life and humans exist all within one world. And so you get to the characters of Chip and Dale, where Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers, the actual show, is in canon of this world. And Chip and Dale, the two chipmunks, they're actually actors that exist in the real world. So Chip and Dale, the show, was them performing a role while they exist in the real world. And so that show has been off the air since the 90s. So we're picking up with these two characters and their lives since the show went off the air. I know what people are gonna say, but like Chip and Dale, totally gay. Like they're repressed. And I don't know, but somebody, why do you always have to make it gay? Because it never is. So miss me with that bullshit. But like, and there's no major spoilers in this, but the reason I say that is because, like I mentioned in the synopsis, like Chip and Dale have to get back together, fix their broken relationship to help one of their friends. And ever since the ending of the Chip and Dale show within this world, they've gone their separate ways. They haven't really talked, and they pick up on their lives after the show was over. And Chip is living alone. He's by himself. All he has is a dog. He has no friends. He has no family. He has no significant other. It's just really, his life has crumbled apart since not really interacting with Dale anymore. And it's the same with Dale. And I was just like, they're totally in love. Like there's no, like even the other characters have moved on with their lives, but these two, they hadn't moved on. So I'm like, yeah, they're totally in love with each other. But anyway, and also with that, you got to see a very interesting backstory of how Chip and Dale met within the confines and circumstances of this world, how they met as actual chipmunks, and then how they decided to create the Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers show. So you have the voice of Chip being played by John Mulaney and Dale being played by Andy Samberg. And if you remember the Chip and Dale cartoon where their voices were super high and they spoke a certain way, it turns out those were the actors, at least in this world, putting on that voice for the sake of the show. And that's not how they actually talk. You also had Tress MacNeille, who's reprising her role as the 90s version of Gadget. You have, and Zipper the Fly never actually talked in the show, but he's voiced by Dennis Haysbert. Just that voice coming out of The Fly, it was funny. And they didn't get the original actor that played Monterey Jack. They, I don't know why. I'm not sure if the original actor's still alive, but they got a new actor to voice Monterey Jack. Or not a new actor, but somebody different. Eric Bana, who most people know as the Incredible Hulk in the 2003, the Ang Lee version of the Hulk, he is voicing Monterey Jack. You also have actors like Will Arnett, Seth Rogen, Keegan-Michael Key, J.K. Simmons, Will Arnett, all rounding out the cast of this Disney Plus movie. And also rounding out the cast as Chip and Dale's main detective contact, police contact, is Kiki Lane, who most people would know from If Beale Street Could Talk. She was also one of the leads in The Old Guard, which I definitely recommend The Old Guard if you haven't seen it. I also reviewed it here. And so, yeah, Black people, and a lot of the strength of this movie is just built on the cameos and the character interactions, because the story in and of itself wasn't really all that complicated. Like I mentioned in the synopsis, Chip and Dale have to come together to find their missing friend, who's Monterey Jack. And so the Rescue Rangers are becoming Rescue Rangers in real life. What was once a TV show, they're now living that persona and fulfilling that in real life. And it was just like, yeah, the story was pretty standard. But yeah, you think about something like Who Framed Roger Rabbit, it's almost pretty much the same thing. And like even certain moments or certain references they mention where it's like, oh, they're not gonna go this route because it's too obvious. And then they actually make a reference of like, yeah, no, we're not. We're a simple movie. We're just here to have fun. And that's exactly what I had with this movie. Like I had a lot of fun, and it made me go back and actually rewatch the 90s Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers, something I hadn't watched since the 90s. And then also like Darkwing Duck and all these other shows. And I think that's basically what the point of this movie was, like to just go down memory lane of nostalgia. So because of that, like I had fun with this simple movie. I really enjoyed it. I would totally watch it again. I will totally watch it again. And so I would say for me, Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers is a blockbuster. It's very simple in its premise, and I think it fulfilled its premise. I had a lot of fun, and I was smiling from the moment the movie started to the end. But the question is, did you guys see Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers on Disney Plus? What did you think about the movie? Maybe you didn't like it as much as I did, but let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section below. Also, if you can, hit that thumbs up button and like this video. Again, it'll really help out with the channel. If this is one of your first time checking out one of my videos, please check out the other videos on my channel. And if you like what you see, please subscribe for more and hit that bell notification button so you're alerted every single time I post a new video. And tell your friends, families, and neighbors about my channel to help me continue to grow. And as always, I will catch you guys next time.